It's time for the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Powerful and liberating business strategies you can start in 5 minutes or less. Now, here's your host, Dean Soto.
Hey, this is Dean Soto, founder of freedomin5minutes.com and prosulum.com, prosulum.com. And we're here again with another Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast episode. Today's topic is this: trees don't grow in a day. That and more coming up. Well, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. Nice to hear from you. Nice to see you. What are you chickens looking at? I'm looking at some chickens. You think I got some treats for you chickens? Ain't gonna happen. Why don't you come mix my compost over here? I need you to mix my compost pile. Anyway, not gonna mix my compost pile. Get a step in. So back a couple of episodes ago, I had mentioned that we had planted a whole bunch of trees. And not just that, I have a ton of raised garden beds. Actually, I should say 4 raised garden beds in a garden enclosure now. And got these raised garden beds. Also got what's called a Ruth Stout potato patch. And so what a Ruth Stout potato patch is essentially you take a whole bunch of straw or mulch or anything like that. You put it on the ground and you do it again 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 and you do it again. You just have a whole bunch of mulch on the ground and you put potatoes in them. You put potatoes at the very bottom of it, and with the water from the rain and everything like that, it should grow. All the water should be all trapped in there, and the potatoes should grow. So, as I was doing all of these things, one of the frustrations that I was feeling, because this is the first time I've ever done this, right? We've been here nearly 3 years. This is the first time I started venturing out into actually building a homestead and started gardening and things like that. I mean, we have chickens, but planting is different, right? Planting something it's a pain in the butt. From my modern mind to wrap my head around. It's extremely difficult. And why is that? It's because I'm so used to the microwave. I am so used to, which we've gotten rid of. We actually don't have a microwave, but we're so used to the microwave. And once I've planted, so I'll tell you all the things that I've planted. So we have 4 raised garden beds, right? One of those garden beds actually has seeds in them and has, we planted spinach, carrots, and I think broccoli, and a couple of other things. The other garden beds don't have anything in it because we put a bunch of organic matter in it, and I'm just waiting. That's my wife's thing, okay? I'm trying to create a food forest as well. So planted a whole bunch of stuff in this area that has just a lot of stuff going on already. And got 12 to 14 trees or something like that. I have all these things that I kind of listed before, plus the Ruth Stout garden. Out of all of that work, out of the tons of work that has gone into all of that. So even with the food forest, I have to go back to this because just to give you an idea, planted radishes in this food forest area. Radishes, cantaloupe, oregano, parsley, thyme, carrots, different types of carrots, different kind of watermelon, a whole bunch of things, whole host of things, beans, peas. I want to say, all in all, we've probably planted over 50 different things in the last few months. And what has been the major frustration? What has been the thing that I literally have such a hard time with? It is the fact that I do not see quick progress at all. It's so hard. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so do I see progress? Yes. The spinach is growing. It went from being super duper small to now it's a little bit bigger. The carrot seeds went from being dirt to actually seeing the seeds starting to sprout, which is cool, right? But the trees we got, it's wintertime as of recording this. The trees, well, the thing that sucks about the trees is that they went dormant, right? So they're just sitting there doing nothing, at least as far as I can tell, which is, of course, not the case. They're doing what they're supposed to do, but I want to see these things grow. The other thing is that the roost stout potato patch, it actually it's starting to show some growth. It has some potatoes growing, which makes it so I'm looking at it going, go faster. It is so hard, man. I can tell you right now, it is so hard for me to, go away, mosquito. It is so hard for me to look at this, even though I see progress, even though I see these things, to look at this, and I'm like, just come on already, let's go. But here's the deal, is that trees are not, they do not grow in a day, right? Because we've also planted, I've direct seeded some persimmon trees, some plums trees, some apricots trees. And those ones are going to take even longer than the ones that I planted that are saplings. But trees do not grow in a day. And so often we want to see these huge results right in the beginning when we're trying to do something. We want to get the thing right now. That's the way our culture is. Let's get all of this as quickly as possible, right? But there are times, especially if you're in sales, sometimes the sales cycle is 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 7, maybe even a year. That'd be a really long sales cycle. But often we don't do the things today, now, that will bring the simple little things. Like people, so our prosulum clients, the ones who see massive success, the ones who see like massive results, are the ones who take the 5 minutes a day to create the video that their virtual systems architect, their virtual assistant on superpowers use to create these standard operating procedures and grow and everything like that. The ones who simply want to say, go do this thing and get a task, they actually see really poor results, right? Because they go manage my social media account and give no direction, no clear process, no clear documentation, nothing like that. They don't do the system. Even though the system takes 5 minutes, it's like planting a little seed. Even it didn't take me long to plant seeds. The system is there to allow you to plant these little seeds that once the documentation's created, the person can go and do it without ever coming back to you to ask how to do something. They're set up for success, and we just see massive, like quadrupling revenue. Either that or the business owner spends like zero time doing any work on their business in like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, right? But those who want the tree, they want the fruit, right away, without planting the little seeds, they lose. More often than not, they lose. And so this is where we really have to look and see, are we willing to go with the season? Are we willing to go with the system? Are we willing to, this is why, when people go to, say, psychologists to fix their marriage, the psychologist says, hey, it's going to be, let's do this once a week for the next 3 months, and you need to actually apply what we're actually doing during this thing. Those who actually have success and see their marriage grow typically are the ones who follow the system, follow what the psychiatrist or psychologist says. Those who fail are the ones who go 1 week, they try it out, and they get into a big, massive fight, and they go, oh, this doesn't work. We're done. This doesn't work. I'm not going to do this anymore, right? Not going to do this anymore. And so the big thing that I think a lot of us, especially in today's age, fail to see and fail to even have the habit of is seeding and waiting for those seeds to grow. Knowing that, okay, if I want X amount of dollars in 6 months, these are the things I need to do now. If I want to have a happy marriage, these are the things I need to do now. Because when you start trying to get the fruit, so if you start trying to plant something, right, and you go, hey, this isn't working, and you dig up the tree, you dig up the seed as it's starting to sprout, what happens? The whole thing dies. There's no established root. You're trying to get the fruit, but you end up killing the entire thing very quickly. If it's trying to save your marriage, this isn't going to work. I want good feelings now. I don't want to put in the work. I want good feelings now. You run the risk of killing the entire thing, right? I want a business that automates, that has a standard operating procedures that everyone can follow, that I can replace anybody at any time, and that somebody who wants to buy my business looks at it and goes, whoa, this is a totally automated turnkey system, and I want it now. I just want to tell this person, do all these things, and it's done. It doesn't work that way. I want a fit body. I want muscles. I want to look like a Greek god. But I want that by next weekend when you're 300 pounds. Not going to work. Trees do not grow in a day. And so the big thing is spending those 5 minutes a day. Literally, it could be 5 minutes a day. Planting those seeds, planting those things, planting those new habits, planting the standard operating procedures, planting the love notes to your wife or to your husband. It's those things that over time, you keep doing them, will blossom into huge trees with amazing fruit that people will look at, envy, and be inspired by. I love you too, big boy. You're going to go with Jen? Okay, well, she's coming back up right here.
What?
She's coming back up.
Okay.
She's right there. All right, so this is Dean Soto, freedomin5minutes.com. Go check that out, or go to prosulum.com if you want a virtual systems architect. They are virtual assistants with superpowers to transform your business in 30, 60, 90 days into a fully automated system that you can sell at the highest price if you wanted to. You don't have to. Or you can just enjoy your business that works without you and makes you a lot of money. Go check that out, prosulum.com, and I will catch you in the next Freedom in 5 Minutes episode.
Thanks for listening to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Now, head over to www.freedomin5minutes.com and register for our free masterclass and discover how to start systemizing and automating your entire business 5 minutes at a time. We'll see you next time on the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast.